Yeah.
It's my turn?
It's Danielle's turn. Come on up.
Wow, this is so fascinating. I started off as saying biology of belief, which actually is Bruce Lipton's title of his book, and it is fantastic. It ties in with what I'm saying today, and what I should have called it was, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto, because everything is different right now, isn't it? It's like everything we're thinking, everything we're doing, it's like, you know, what you thought you knew yesterday is like, okay, I can take a little bit of it, but not quite. What I'm going to share is a few things that Ernest Holmes started, The Science of Mind. And what he was trying to say is that spirituality and science are marriage. Okay, one is just expressing certain things, one is expressing the how. The science is the how, where spirit is the why, and we don't have to worry about the why because it's just there. So the science is the how. So all the scientists that have come forward lately are really fusing in spirituality now. It's like, and in many ways, it's turning into quantum physics. Oh my, spirituality into quantum physics. This is a new way of looking at everything. And today, we have the opportunity of going deeper and deeper and deeper into our hearts, into what we think we know, what we don't know, and what we, in fact, the great quote that I found one time, we don't know what we don't know. It's basic. It's like, if you don't know something, how do you know you don't know it? So you have to kind of look and study, and the universe and all the things that you said, Corinne, in your particular passages. We have to be discoverers. We have to journey into the day, into each day, and say, okay, I feel good today, I feel bad today, and learn that everybody right now is talking about how we can make our lives better. There isn't one YouTube or, you know, all the people that we've all studied and are reading are saying the same thing. This is a chance to say, how are we going to change our world? But the world starts inside. So I'm going to just attempt to read a few things. And this is about, Ernest Holmes has said that I have always been in a position to learn from all sources. Truth cannot belong to any individual, and there can be no religion higher than truth. So then he says that religious science, because religion is our idea of God, while science is a knowledge of facts, causes, and principles which exist independently of our thinking, just as gravitation does. So what we're doing is we're finding out that everything we're seeing that's happened spiritually, all of a sudden people are saying, wow, if you go into your head, if you go into your pineal gland, it's a little antenna that sticks out there, and we can kind of plug into that, and that ties in with God a little bit better, so God can reach us better, right? Rather than babbling all the time, you know, when we're meditating and not hearing anything. And so basically I'm looking over here. Okay, I'm looking at you guys, so I'll look at the thing. They were so cute, I couldn't help myself. Anyway, on site. Basically, while the universal mind contains all knowledge and is the potential of all things, only as much truth comes to us as we are able to receive. Should all the wisdom of the universe be poured over us, we should yet receive only that which we are ready to understand. And it doesn't mean you're stupid or can't do anything. It's just that we are in different stages of life. It's just the way it is. We have people in first grade and second grade and third grade. That never stops. Fourth, fifth, sixth, college, up and up and up and up into infinity, because the world is infinite. In my meditations at night, where I'm sitting outside looking at the stars, I got a voice saying, don't think about how big I am. Just think and just know that I am. And not only is this planet a beginning, you have our solar system, you have the galaxy, you have other galaxies, you have the universe, and you have universes. So we keep going into wherever, because it's forever. So we wear different hats. Maybe the next time, we'll be something else, and we'll be smarter. So hopefully wherever we go, we're going to take what we know today. So the whole idea of bringing spirituality into the face of this morning and this day and this time is that we have to fuse it. Look at the great people that are speaking. We have Chopras, we have a Science of Mind, we have a myriad of people that are trying to say, open up, please go inside. This is not a myth. Okay, we're at a point where it's not like, is there really a God? You know, is there really true? Something's happening in the universe? Yeah, it is. Wake up. Everything you've done so far in your life has been for a reason. You are who you are because you are great. There's nobody like you, so use it. So don't try to impress your husband, your wife, or this or that, whatever. We are at a point where be honest, be of integrity, say what you feel, because without that feeling, we are in the toilet. Okay, we're just back into like, oh, woe is me, you know, the world is terrible. What am I going to do? Enough already. Okay, we need to move forward and to be alive and to really strive for the unknown, for the next page. We're writers. Pretend you're writing a script and you wrote the script and it's like, oh, it really is horrible. I don't want this ending. It's not fitting. Rewrite it. What do you want to see in your life? It's not airy-fairy stuff. It's the fact that we're that powerful. We forgot. So Science of Mind teaches it. And Science of Mind was like on the beginning stages. There were others right before. Some guy named Quimby. I remember Quimby. He started the process, but he just took a lot of the sciences and he studied Buddha, and he studied this, and he studied all the different aspects of what people were saying and said, we're saying the same thing with a different color, with a different hat, with a different costume, with a different way of expressing God. You know, in a Taoist talk about a certain way, we have Hindus say to call it the beloved. Rumi calls God the beloved. Does that make God not God because he calls it the beloved? Words, don't get hung up on words. We know what the truth is. Go inside and listen. So the whole idea of biology of belief, and let's see if I miss anything before I go to the next thing. As they say, science is not an investigation into the why, but into the how. So therefore, all the things that are occurring today, look at them, discover, because the early times, maybe the Christians or other religions said, oh, I can't read this book. And I still today, I get that. Oh, I can't read that book. Oh my God, it's the Science of Mind. Or, and it's not easy to get them to read that. It's like, or read a book by Chopra. Oh my God, it's like science, medical stuff. It's evil. You know, we've got to, please stop it. Please, let's just kind of, because let's pretend that we're ignorant, which we are on many levels, and just go, wow, today I'm watching this interview on blah, 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 or I'm watching an interview on Cryon, or watching an interview on a great Christian guy is Andy Stanley, by the way, trippy guy, almost new agey. Anyway, there are a lot of people that are saying the same thing in their own language. And anybody that tells you you're horrible or terrible, you've done terrible things and you can't move on, go away, walk away. Please walk away, because you are unique. There's only one of you on the whole planet. Nobody's like you, with all these people like snowflakes. If snowflakes could be unique, so can we. Okay, so that's enough of Ernest Holmes thing. The biology of belief stuff, what he has done, Bruce Lipton is incredible. He travels with people like Greg Braden and Dispenza and other people all over the planet. And he is a cellular biologist, working with stem cells and blah, blah, blah. He was very straight-laced and, you know, didn't believe in anything. And he had an accident, a motorcycle accident, which broke every bone in his body almost, and thought he was going to die. And to make a long story short, something happened and he went forward and he started finding another area of science, another area of understanding how the universe works, another understanding of feeling. Something else was happening in his body. They told him he couldn't ever walk again. Well, that was a lie. And so he realized that doctors and other people don't always have the answers. They have to come through us. So one of the things that even Albert Einstein shared is the most beautiful and profound emotion we can experience is the sensation of the mystical. It is the power of true science. And what Bruce Lipton went and he was talking about that our genes, our genes make who we are. Every gene is it, and it's the way we're going to be. Well, they found out new discoveries, going back to understanding what the universe is telling us. That's not necessarily true. We now find that we change according to our environment, starting in the womb. If our mother is a basket case, well, wake up. That's what's going to happen when you wake up out of your womb there, and you have to fight it. But if she's singing nice songs, nice Russian songs, whatever, you're going to grow up enjoying music. So it starts then, it's called epigenetics. So from science of mind to the new terms like epigenetics say that the environment, what we say, what we do, how we say it is very, very, very important. Because 95%, which I learned, of what we do is in the subconscious. So basically it's like a tape recorder that we taped since we were born. Don't do this, we're this, oh, you're good, you're bad, oh, that was stupid, this is blah, 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 blah. So all the good things that we've acquired, that we've observed, are in that 95%. And 5% is our consciousness, which is the new recorder. So how we design that, how we utilize the power of mind, how we decide to say, I'm going to change this program. And we have to do it over and over and over again. That's why it's like playing an instrument. Keep looking there, I'm sorry. Anyway, playing an instrument, you have to practice. You just don't all of a sudden become brilliant because you read a page. Oh, how many people do we know that said, oh, I read Yogananda's book in jail, or whatever, or I read something and I've gotten this. So I read Science of Mind, or I read this book, and oh, I know that. Right. Okay. So basically we have, words. When we read the words in a book and we go, aha, it's because we are mirroring something in the book or something in the video or something in the movie or something somewhere is saying, remember, all I'm doing is I happen to be here doing this, and I wrote this, and I made this picture, and whatever it may be. But if you're feeling something very unique, then it's because you remember. We're not learning everything new. We're remembering what we already know. We've been on this planet in the universe for a long time. Stars are like little messengers. All that light coming through is God coming through in light and stars. And I have an invention. I have a piece of poetry. I just created a great piece of art. Look at all the different artists. Karen's a great artist. Oh my God, her work is so incredible. If anybody ever gets a chance to see it, it's beyond belief. That's a little plug, but it's good. So anyway, the main thing is that we are at a turning point, guys. We're at a turning point where we have to learn a lot of things. We learned a lot growing up, but now as light workers, as beginners, as curious people like Alice in Wonderland, the curiosity seekers, we have to start learning more, understanding more, and spending those minutes. We have a choice right now to not go out the door. We have time. I feel like the earth and the universe said, how are you going to make these people wake up? The wars, the blasting, the destruction, the killing, the raping, the human trafficking, the plugs, the politics. It's like, I'm going to throw up in a second. The thing is, it's like, that's what the earth is doing. The earth is thrown up and said, what do I got to do to get your attention? I've tried this, I've tried spirituality, I've tried this, I've tried songs, I've tried, the John Denvers and all those different people that create great songs and the songs that we create here. Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening to what's happening on the planet. Nobody's listening to what's happening on, in the universe. We have problems. We have all kinds of challenges. And what I always say is like, the science of mind and the belief, I'm probably going off here, but biology of belief is about believing that we can make a difference. And it starts with ourselves. We got to start with ourselves. We may not make it 100%, but it's the little boo-boos. Maybe you have a little boo-boo, and then one little boo-boo says, okay, I got a little boo-boo here. How can I correct it? I talk to my cells all the time. It's like, oh, please, not today. I have things to do. I thought I had a cold. I did have a cold. But I wasn't like, oh my God. What I did is I just stayed home and I talked to my cells and read a couple of books, slept as I needed, probably because I'm running around. We have to listen to our bodies and what it says for us to take, what to put in our bodies, because everything we need to heal, this comes from the top, not from just Danielle. Everything that we need to make ourselves better is around us. Somewhere. It could be a flower, it could be a can of sardines, I don't care what it is. It could be a creosote, it could be something that is really good, but it is around us. And not only around us, it is in us. We have cells that are standing there going, what do I do now? Okay, what do you want me to do now? Okay, now what do we do? Get sick. No, I don't want to get sick. Program, like you would a computer. You are a biological computer. So talk to yourselves. This is the big test. And love it. Love all you're doing as much as you can. How many people of you have gardens and critters in your yard? Everybody, right? It's a family. It's like, good morning, bunnies, Their hair, I know, but I call them bunnies. That's love. We continue the love. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Everybody has a job. Everybody has a position to do. You have a position to be yourself. That's it, whatever it is. Singing, dancing, schlepping, baking, cuddling, whatever. We can't cuddle very much today, but the fact is send out the love. So whatever it may be. So we're also learning that music, sound, the science of sound, the science of all the music and all the people that are creating music and things on YouTube or CDs. Jonathan Goldman is one person. I think we've heard of him at one point, but there's tons of them. I get on the computer and I find things that come to me that have nothing to do with what I'm looking for. I found a place, I was on the computer the other night, and all of a sudden I see Louisa Jivago was born in Degendorf, blah, blah, blah. That's me. Louisa Jivago. On the computer. And years ago, I had talked to somebody about that. I go, how amazing Ukrainians were in the DP camps in Germany after the war. And I found her right there sitting on the computer. And also about other things, about Russian artists that look just like somebody in Joshua Tree, actually, that is a composer. All kinds of things will come to us if we're open. If something pops up in front of you that's different, take a look. Take a look, especially if it resonates. Feel the truth inside of you, because that's where it's coming from. There's so much that I want to share with all of you, because there's so much out there. And even my notes I can't even find because I can't read in here. But music, find microtonal scales. They're all over YouTube. What are you calling that? Anyway, they're tones. I was going to say microbial, not microbial, but arpeggios. Listen to the tones. There are people that are helping us on the planet. Science of mind is such a collective of information. I leaf through the book. If anybody hasn't looked through the book once, if next time you come here, just pick something up, turn to a page, anything. Pick up the brochures, because the brochures express who we are. So the thing is, right now, more than ever, before I get off here, you know what to do. We know what's going on. We know how things are blended. And this is something that Bruce Lipton writes, and the book is phenomenal. We have books in our library. We have books at Joe's bookstore. It's a trip to go in there. If you just go in and let Spirit tell you what book to get. We are being so guided daily. This is not airy-fairy stuff. This is truth. We are being guided and protected to move forward right now, especially those of us who've been in the spiritual world somewhat, and the new ones. And we have to help the young ones because they are really fantastic. Their scientific understanding is what Ernest Holmes did before, taking it forward, how to do this, how to do that, how to cooperate, how to get together and make things happen, how to trust ourselves, how to stop blaming, how to stop racism, how to get past cliches. Cliches are killing us. You know, over and over, in certain movies, you go, oh God, they're doing it for the 800th time, you know. So we don't need to get cliches. Begin to love and enjoy the day. Step out of the norm. Step into the present. This is something that Bruce Lipton had in his book. The fact that scientific principles led me, a non-seeker, to spiritual insight is appropriate because the latest discoveries in physics and cell research are forging new links between the worlds of science and spirit. These realms were split apart in the days of Descartes centuries ago. However, I truly believe that only when spirit and science are united will be afforded the means to create a better world, which is true. You know, we've been fighting, everybody's been going, they're no good, that's no good, spirit is good, science is bad, this is good. We're ODing, we're addicted to nonsense. We're really addicted to nonsense. And we know it when we hear it. And what happens is that 95% in our bodies of the subconscious is still there. So catch yourselves when it comes through. You may say something, when somebody says something, you react. And then you go back and you say, why did I say that? Because somebody, somewhere in my psyche, in my DNA, in my 95%, that nonsense still exists. So we have to catch it and reprogram it so that we can enjoy what we have. This is a time of really looking at the world in a new way, totally new way. And this is from the last quote I'll do. I believe that the stresses of the increasing human population will be responsible for pushing us up another rung on the evolutionary ladder. We will, I believe, come together in a global community. The members of that enlightened community will recognize that we are made in the image of our environment, God, and that we are divine, and that we have to operate not in a survival of the fittest manner, but in the way that supports everyone and everything on this planet, the survival of the most loving and the most awake and the most aware, and the most who really take the time to be innocent once in a while and say, I don't know everything. We don't know what we don't know. The universe is so kind and will help us. No matter what our journey is, it'll be okay. But we have to look at the best. You know, we're on TV, they're constantly saying, it's such junk. It makes us feel impotent. You know, that's why we have to look at, you know, sometimes on YouTube, and we have to see little kids dancing, and the young children are doing wonderful. Help the millennials, help the younger generations. They are seeing things that we don't see. They are like little stars from another planetary system, another galaxy, as far as I'm concerned sometimes. So help them communicate and help them do what they need to do and listen to them as well. So all the seniors can be good parents, grandparents, because I mentioned this before a while back. Grandparents can get away with doing a lot of things with kids that the parents can't do for whatever reason, because they don't know how to handle their grandparents. So the grandparents, take them someplace, show them something, show them a movie, have them play jacks. And if there's games that paddleball, oh my God, get them to play some paddleball for a while, trying to hit that damn ball, you know, so get them going and having to enjoy something. So, make a long story short, this is a great ride we're on. I look at it as something that we've been waiting for. We waited for the change in the evolution and the so-called reformation of the planet. We didn't know how. And it doesn't matter who started this. At this point, we have to find the solutions, and we are the discoverers, the inventors, the joy, the lovers, the compassion, and like yourselves, enjoy who you are. I think all of you are so great. Everybody is great if they just say, I am great. Say that 20 times a day. I am great, I am great. And eventually you'll believe it. Okay? So I love all of you. Please study, read the books, open up your hearts, and thank you. Till next time.